So in my last video, I talked a lot about Lyft and why I choose to drive exclusively for Lyft. But in today's video, it's all about Uber. So stay tuned for that. What's going on, everyone? Steven Johnson here with Self-Driven Income, where we give you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you start, structure, and maintain a healthy and profitable business. Now, today we're talking about Uber and why it's a good idea, regardless of whether or not you want to do it full-time or part-time, just to have some means of separate income from whatever you're doing right now. And I think that not just Uber, but any of the ride-sharing services in general are a great way to do that. I mean, really, in this economy, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You know, relying on one source of income just isn't the wisest investment strategy. It's always good to have something to fall back on, if not, just in case you lose your current gig, but just to help supplement it. Maybe your paychecks right now aren't cutting it and you need something to do on the weekends. Well, it's easy to sign up. It's quick. You get a sign-on bonus if you actually perform in the first month. Like, there are several pros for signing up for the programs and very few cons, because worst case scenario, if you don't want to do it, just stop doing it. But anyway, let's talk about the pros for why I think that everyone should sign up and try out Uber. First and foremost, if you are going to sign up for a ride-sharing service, might as well go with the ubiquitous one. Uber is synonymous at this point with ride sharing. Being the more popular brand means a lot of things for you as the driver. One, it means less downtime when you're on the road, because in pretty much every market that supports ride sharing, Uber is the giant. And being the giant, more people are using it. The more people that use it, the more likely you'll get rides when you're out there. And the more rides you get equates to the more money you make. When you're not sitting in your car idling, wasting gas, wasting time, you're not wasting money. One of the other things that I really like about Uber is their application is so easy to use. Now, they do cram quite a bit of information into their app, but it is one central spot that has literally everything you need. And we are actually going through the process of going online, picking up your next rider, finding out when the rider is after that, playing music. You can play music from Pandora through the Uber app. You don't even have to leave the app. They have it built into the app that if you want to stream music from your phone, it's right there. You just sign into your Pandora account. They have a built-in navigation system if you don't want to jump in between other applications like Waze and Google Maps. They take out all of the guesswork. You kind of almost cannot make a mistake using the Uber app. Not to say that other ride-sharing services like Lyft don't have good apps, but Uber, being the giant, having more users, having more drivers, having more data to polish their app, has done a relatively good job at it. So to that note, part of having a good application is having incentives for drivers and having good services. One of the things that, at least in my area, I can't speak for every area just because I know that these things do differ depending on your region, but in the DC metropolitan area, they do these things called quests, and I'm sure that they do it in most major cities. But basically what a quest is an incentive to drive X amount of rides. It varies per week, so some weeks it may be 24 rides, other weeks it could be like 30 rides. But basically, if you hit those incentives, you get an additional bonus pay on top of what you would make by your accruing rates. And the reason I really like these is because it breaks up the monotony of the service. There's something to be said about, getting in your car, meeting new people every day, traveling to new places. It's awesome. It's exciting. It's new. It's a new experience each day. But at the same time, you're pretty much performing the same task. And regardless of what job you do, doing the same thing over and over, even if it does vary in some capacity, will get monotonous. These quests not only give you a goal, and with the goal you get incentive to actually go out and do the thing, but they give you it's kind of fun to like not know what the quest is going to be next week, and going out there and hitting those metrics and then getting that additional bonus pay on top just sweetens the deal. Now, Uber Rewards, I will say this on the record, Uber has a far more expansive reward program than Lyft. They just have more partners that they work with. They just offer more reward options. Now, none of them are like super stellar. It's nothing like, 50, 60% off your next oil change or anything like that. But they have a lot of partnerships with a lot of different companies to give you discounts. One of the things that you will miss if you do this full time and you don't have another job is a benefits package. And I think that both ride sharing companies, Uber and Lyft, try to do the best that they can to supplement the benefits package. But Uber, again, does have more partners, again, because of their scale. One of my favorite things about Uber is their gas card. You get a certain percentage off of your gas just by driving for Uber. You do have to hit, if I'm not mistaken, 100 rides before you are offered the option for the gas card. But small things like that make driving for the service more economical. And if you combine the Uber rewards with some other third-party company solutions, you can really construct your own benefits package that is pretty comparable to what you would get in a traditional job. Again, I'll leave links in the description to a video that I make on that. And this one is going to be kind of a controversial topic, but the rider experience I notice is a little different between Uber and Lyft specifically. Those are the two ride sharing companies that I have experience with personally, and this could differ based on your region. It could differ for a number of reasons, but personally, when I get into my Uber, it seems more likely that if you're the type of person that, maybe a customer service job is not something you're super interested in, the whole, talking to people and really getting to know them is not something you really want to do. You just kind of want to make a little bit of money on the side, pick up people, take them from point A to point B. Lyft's marketing is very, very, very customer interaction focused, for lack of a better word. They really highlight the humanity of the experience. They really encourage that you build a bond with the person in your back seat or in the passenger seat. Actually, again, if you look at pretty much all of Lyft's marketing, all of their passengers are sitting up front with the driver. Uber, on the other hand, focuses on the service, it seems, in their marketing. And I find that on the days that I am not super personal, I really just, maybe something happened in my personal life, I don't really want to talk that much. It seems that my Uber drivers or my Uber riders are more receptive to, a quiet, chill, maybe we just throw on some music and ride. And my Lyft riders expect a little bit more interaction. So if you're the type of person that may not necessarily be super engaging, then Uber may be a better option for you than Lyft. And finally, their referral system is consistent. This can either be a pro or con depending on what type of revenue source you're interested in. But with Lyft, their referral system can fluctuate. Sometimes you can get $50 for referring a driver. Other times you can get like $800 for referring a driver. It really depends on the time of year and what their market is looking for. But with Uber, it's consistent across the board, $300, and the metrics that your referred driver has to hit are extremely reasonable. Right now, it's only 50 rides in your first 30 days, and you get $300 for signing up a new driver. Hitting 50 rides is completely accomplishable in your first 2 days, let alone your first 30. Lyft, on the other hand, does normally have a higher requirement for rides, which can be a bit daunting for new signups. So guys, those are just a few of the reasons why I still think, although I do drive exclusively for Lyft, that Uber is an excellent alternative for people who already have a car that they are comfortable with riding in. Me personally, again, I rent my car through Lyft. Because of that, I drive exclusively with them. But Uber has rental programs as well, where you can basically buy your car. I wasn't interested in doing a lease program. I just kind of wanted to get a car to use for the service itself. That's why I went with Lyft instead of Uber. But I'll leave links in the description to loads of information talking about the details of this stuff, links to other videos that I mentioned in this video, and probably some other helpful stuff like my social media links if you want to follow me and talk to me on the Facebooks and Twitters and internet web stuffs. So anyway, guys, this has been Steven with Self-Driven Income. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel definitely for more videos like this. Right now, a lot of the content coming out of this channel is going to be ride sharing focused, but as it grows and as I continue to, explore other realms, talk to other entrepreneurs, we're going to get into other topics. But there's so much information to cover with this ride sharing stuff that I wanted to make sure that from the get-go I give a good chunk of information and dedication to ride sharing, because there's a lot of people out here doing it and they may not be using all the tools at their disposal to do it to the best of their ability. So anyway, guys, like I said, it's been Steven with Self-Driven Income, and till next time, guys, what do I want you to do till next time? Stay frosty, I guess. That's the thing that people say. Stay frosty. I don't know what that means. Stay frosty.